We have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need,
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences
on the Shamba Shape Up Safari.
Do you remember Sande and Herin? When we were here last, we looked at a number of things on their farm.
First was the water. Then we planted trees and introduced them to a way of earning money through My Farm Trees.
Finally, we looked at their main business, the chicken, and we made some improvements.
Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
This week, we are back to Karateng in Kisumu County.
Last year, when you guys came, it was a story within the community. The community had never seen that vehicle of Shamba Shape Up. They only see it on television. So me personally, I gained. I've tried to put them in practice, and things are yielding up.
It's good to be here again,
yes.
And I'm sure there's lots of improvement.
Lot of improvement.
Give us one. Give us one good improvement that can...
Like in marketing,
yes.
I think by I being in the television, it was a strategy of marketing.
Wow.
And now I'm getting cons from hotel schools to do delivery of poultry.
Last time we planted trees.
We planted
How are
trees.
they doing?
They're doing well. Yeah, even though soil erosion is still on the higher side.
Still paramount.
The impact is there.
All right, Herin?
Yes.
Chicken. Tell us about the cuckoo.
The chicken are doing well so far, though there's some little pests and diseases around, but we try to manage them.
You try to manage them.
Yes.
Any more challenges with the chicken?
The health officers visited me here and they saw where I'm doing slaughtering. They told me that I have to improve it.
And so we are not going to waste any more time.
Yeah.
We'll set up our tent and we'll get right into work. Sande has grown since the last time we visited. He now has chicken for sale all year round and at different stages. He sure has turned this into a business.
I can say that customers has multiplied by 3. Health officers came to this place of mine. I had a challenge of having a slaughterhouse. Yeah, they told me that I have to do that for good hygiene. Yeah.
In order to help ensure Sande has healthy birds that are safe for sale, we have invited Nelson Omulo, an expert from Kenchik. First things first, an inspection. In the Luo, they say, "Gimaber inuoyo kendo." That means something that is good. You have to try it again and again. So now we've come again because everything seems so good. Yes. So Ojil does farming. He keeps chicken. Have you been facing any challenges with them?
Production is a problem because we don't have that enough capital to meet the demand. We still have small diseases there, and I don't have a slaughterhouse. That is also a challenge that is there.
So Nelson,
yes,
as usual, you've done your inspection.
We've learned some biosecurity measures have not been put in place. Most of these houses, they don't have the foot dip. Within your poultry house, you also keep other materials. We saw the cobwebs, the feeders and the drinkers. They should not be placed on the ground. They should be in line with the back line of the birds. The wood shaving that have been used here, one, it is not enough. It is too thin. It should be 6 inches thick.
Remember, a chicken shed should have at least 6 inches of wood shavings to keep it dry and warm. So our farmer is in business. How does he ensure that he has quality birds that are safe for the consumer?
So how to ensure that we get birds which are fit for consumption? First, we get these chicks from a trusted source, in which this case I'm happy that you get your chicks from Ken Chick. Birds which come from Ken Chick, they are already pre-vaccinated. Ensure that you give your birds clean water at all time and clean feeds. And these feeds should be properly stored before they are given to the birds to avoid contamination. When
you are preparing your birds for market, do you have any challenges with that?
We slaughter them on our backyards, yeah? Mm-hmm. So in the entire compound, there is just insects everywhere.
Flies to be precise.
Yeah.
And how do you dispose of the offals?
We do a hole and then we bury them.
That is okay. However, the fact that we are preparing chickens in the open air, that is not okay. There should be a designated point, which we normally call an abattoir, where you should slaughter this chicken. This will help in proper waste management, because as you wash these birds, this water is a potential source of infection. This can also lead to transmission of foodborne diseases and pathogens such as E. coli and Salmonella. So it is important to ensure that you slaughter these birds in an abattoir, and these waste materials for the water, you should normally channel them into a place where they will be collected, and then the unwanted parts, you can either bury them deeply in the soil or you can burn them.
I always don't forget about these myths and beliefs that people have. Some people, always when they see a sick bird, so they say before it dies, they slaughter it and eat. Is that right?
It is not right to eat a bird which is sick. It should be culled, burnt, or buried deep in the soil. For more of this information, you can always get them at any Kenchik Poultry Center.
We have no doubt Sande will implement all that the expert has advised. There's still one challenge though. He will need a clean and safe environment for culling in order for him to meet some quality standards. They have been preparing the birds outside. So, as Shamba Shape Up, we have decided to help him make that step. Enter Kamau. This is new to Kamau, so he has to consult widely and plan well. Confident that he has figured it out, he gets working.
Healthy soils means healthy crops. We need to protect this soil, especially if we are farming near streams or rivers. How do we protect this gold? Let's find out.
If you can walk around this farm of mine, it is steepy. You find that a lot of water comes from up, going down. And at times they sweep our crops. That is a challenge that is there.
In order to protect his soils, Sande may need some expert advice. And that is why we have called in Joyfrey Othiambo, a soil expert who has come in courtesy of GIZ Pro Soil program. Now, Joyfrey, you've inspected. What have you seen?
I think he's done a good job, but still there is some burning of the crop residues that we have noted in the field. And then we have also noted that it tries to drain some water here, which, because the soils are loose, which can also cause erosion. And then downstream, next to the stream, we have also seen that the water banks is being eroded.
You've been burning some residues.
Yeah.
Why the burning?
The reason why we burn them, like recently there was rain, and we are preparing our shamba for next planting. So we saw that it's better if we burn them for good preparation.
When you burn, it's like the minerals that were in this farm, which were taken up by these crops. You know, it's like you are burning them. This is supposed to be food for the next crop. The farm residues can be used as a mulch and also can also be used for composting. So that what you get from the farm, you know, that circular kind of farming, where what you get from the farm, you return it to the farm so that you don't lose anything. And also when you mulch with the crop residues, then you reduce the evaporation and also avoid the bare soils, because bare soils are one of the causes of erosion. If the soil is bare and nothing is covering it, when it rains and it loosens, and then any runoff, that soil is swept away.
What else can he do to protect the soil?
Apart from the mulching with the crop residues, he can also plant cover crops to help the retention of moisture and also to cover the soil so that the soils are not left bare. There are a number of cover crops that you can use. Cowpea, mukuna, and all these some of these local vegetables.
When I was doing my planting here, at times there was much water, they could not do well. Yeah, that is why I decided to do these trenches so that it can carry water.
Now, what he has done is basically a kind of a drainage, and it is on the slope. So that means if it rains, this can easily cause an erosion, and gully can easily form here. So the best thing to do is to do a terrace along the contour, and that will mean you do a fanya juu up there. Then here, because it is a little bit steep, you can also do a fanya juu so that you avoid any erosion and silting the terrace. Fanya juu, you do a trench on the upper side and then you put the soil on the upper side. Fanya chini is when you put the soil on the lower side.
How do you make a good terrace?
The slope will give you the distance from one terrace to another.
As the expert continues to explain, when the slope is very steep, the terraces should be close to each other. But if the slope is a bit flat, the terraces should be far apart.
The terrace should be at least 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep. So you need to have either you plant some of the grasses on top to protect that soil. So you can use like the Napier grass, there is the vetiver grass, and those are the grasses.
And what about right at the bottom by the stream?
Now, at the bottom, that soil is breaking. You need to protect 15 meters from the stream. Planting indigenous trees, planting other vegetation along that area so that it protects the water banks.
I think we better start that now by making terraces. Are you going to show us how to do it?
Yes, we will do it right away.
Let's do it.
Coming up after the break, we are not done with the chicken. We look at the best feed for broilers and a giant grass that can make you money. What are we talking about? Come back and see.
Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up. In this part, a giant grass that can grow up to 3 feet per day and make you money. Want to find out? But first, quality feed for quality poultry.
Things are taking shape on the Shamba, and with the construction, no time to waste.
The market requires birds with good weight. The better the weight, the better it is for you as a farmer. And remember, quality in, quality out.
The weight of the bird is very much important because when they are underweight, you cannot get market with them. The bird that hotels take is from 1.2 to 1.3.
No better expert to reach out about quality feed than our partners at Unga Farm Care. And that is why Dr. Nelson Barasa is here. How can you tell the weight of the chicken?
When I just lift the bird like this, I know the weight.
Just by lifting
By lifting, I know that this one is 1.8 live weight, this is 1.9 live weight.
Our farmer here is to say that he's taking weights by observation, which is not good. So it's important for you as a farmer to have a weighing scale at the farm. And I worked with one scale, as example of weighing scale here. A simple digital weighing scale here, like this one. You can get it from shops, hardware. It can help you as a farmer to track progress of your birds in terms of growth rate, in terms of feed consumption.
So now, once you sell your chicken, do you record anywhere?
So we have a ledger book there where we do our expenses and income.
Let's go to the importance of records when it comes to weight.
At least him is recording something. Eh? He's looking and mostly focusing on terms of money and the birds he's selling. But you can also record other things, important things at the farm. Because we're looking at what we call key performance indicators. It's important to have a simple record book like this. It has the ages of the birds. It has the standard weight gains and the amount of feed that you're supposed to feed. So it gives a guide. So like, for example, you take a weight like this bird's about 21 days. In 21 days, it's supposed to be around 850 grams. For example, I took your weight for your birds. One bird was weighing, for this age, was weighing around 870, which is okay within the weight. But we have other birds weighing around 300 grams. It tells you that you have an issue of uniformity. So this chart can help you to give you a guide where you are and where you need to improve.
In a house with 200 birds, will the farmer measure each and every chick to find out the weight?
You don't have to measure the whole house. You take a random sample of different spots in the houses. You measure about 5 to 10% of the birds in the house.
Now, Sande,
Yes.
our expert is here.
Yeah.
Could you explain to him how you feed your birds?
The broiler starter crumbs, they consume it from 1 day old to 21 days. When they reach 21 days old, we start doing what is called introducing to finisher pellet. 1 kg of starter crumbs, 1 kg of finisher pellet. The 4th day, now you give them plain finisher pellet.
So what you're doing is doing correctly. But I would like to introduce a different kind of diet we have at Unga Farm Care. We have a 3-stage diet called Advanced Diet from Fugo, where we start with Fugo Fast Grow Advanced Starter Crumbs for the first 10 days. Yes, which improve the organ growth, the heart, the liver growth the first days. And the one bird will consume about 0.3 kilos for the entire period. Then after 10 days, start giving it Fugo Advanced Grower Pellet. So we give it from the day 11 up to day 24. So one bird will consume about 1.3 kilos for the entire period of time. After 24 days, we introduce what we call Fugo Advanced Finisher Pellets. So one bird will consume about 1.7 for the entire period. When you're changing the feed from starter to grower, from grower to finisher, you do it gradually.
As the expert continued to explain, when changing feeds from one type to another, do it gradually. On day 1, start with a mix of 75% of starter crumbs and 25% of grower pellets. Day 2, do 50% of starter crumbs and 50% of grower pellets. Day 3, mix 25% starter crumbs and 75% grower pellets. Finally, on day 4, give grower pellets only.
We do it gradually because we want to reduce stress of change. So with the advanced diet, we're able to achieve market weight of 2 kilos around there within 30 days, 32 days. The advanced diet has better FCR, feed conversion ratios, amount of feed you're going to use to gain 1 kilo of body weight. With the advanced diet, it also has coccidiostates, which prevents the birds from getting coccidiosis.
With the right weight, the market will be open for Sunday. Kamau needs to hurry up and ensure he has a safe area for preparing his birds.
Trees and some other crops are important for protecting your farm and soil. But they can also be a source of revenue. How, you may ask? Let's find out. It is said that to build a good business, take a challenge and turn it into an opportunity. We have Collins Kirowo, an expert from SOMO, Business Development Consultants. He has looked and seen an opportunity for Sunday. Can't wait to hear all about it.
I've had a quick tour of the space, seen the birds and how you are keeping them. I've had a chance to go all the way to the farm just to try and see what other opportunities do we have for the business. Besides poultry that you're doing very well, where else do you think you see an opportunity as an entrepreneur?
Last time when Shamba Shape Up visited me, they gave me an idea about doing a forest there, and I've started it. But the real disadvantage that I'm having is the erosion. Yeah, as we plant trees, when we have heavy rain, they sweep these trees. So that is a challenge that I'm having.
How can you help?
As an entrepreneur, it's always good for us to try and look at, what else can we get out of this problem? I don't know if you've heard, there's a big market for bamboo outside here.
Have you heard of that?
No.
People are not only just relying on the bamboo as it is. There's so much value add that is being brought on board, out of bamboo products, and that in itself is an opportunity. Just to make it a little bit lively, I would love to introduce you to someone who's actually on the ground, who's done this business and is actually rocking in profits.
Gertrude Olingo is a bamboo seed multiplier and supplier. She has gone through business development training with SOMO. SOMO Africa works with small-scale agripreneurs to increase their knowledge, skills, and resources through training, mentorship, coaching, advisory, and linkages. This ensures that the entrepreneurs have all that they need to be successful. Gertrude has a lot to share on turning bamboo multiplication into a business.
Like I said, we major on bamboo seedlings and grafted fruit seedlings.
How did you settle on bamboo specifically?
So because it is a grass, it has a very fast growth rate, and that makes it a highly sustainable plant. And then also when you look at bamboo, it doesn't need pesticides because it does not attract any diseases or pests. So it is a very easy plant to handle.
How did it come to be that it can be a business?
So I was curious on how to propagate it. I researched on what kind of soil goes well with bamboo. And just like that, then that is how we started Getty Green Farm Enterprise.
So Collins, where do you come in?
When we started this journey with Gertrude, she mentioned out two key things that she was struggling with, being able to brand her products. And the second one of them was in terms of how best can she track her business records.
SOMO has this digital tool called DigiKua that you can use to generate your cash flows. So you can track month to month cash flows, and now you're able to know, where does my business stand?
I'm also interested in the planting bamboo for commercial purposes.
When you know how to propagate them for seedlings, the cuttings, you can sell the seedlings. You can retail at 150 shillings, some retail at 250 shillings. The bamboo, when mature also, when they are ready comes, you can use them for house construction. You can use them for roofing. You can use them for gutters. You can use them for making furniture. If you go to these luxurious hotels, you'll find very strong bamboo beds. So you can apply it in very many ways.
So we've learned the business aspect of the bamboo.
Yes.
How do we prepare bamboo for planting and everything that entails it?
You first ensure that since this is a nursery, you do what is called potting. Potting is whereby you take soil and you put inside the bags. So the soil we use for potting is this type of soil. So this is sandy soil. We don't mix it with anything. And this shows you that bamboo seedlings or the plant itself can thrive in very adverse conditions. Because this is sand soil, we ensure that the seedlings are in a well-draining soil. So the potted bags are ready.
Okay.
So a potted bag is one like this one. So this is a potted bag. So you arrange them nicely, then you water them. After that, you come to the bamboo culm. So this is what we call a bamboo culm. In every bamboo culm, this one, there are active nodes. So if you can see, this is an active node, this one, as it goes up, you see the active nodes. Yeah. So when you're propagating, what you do, where there is an active node, you cut here. Okay. So why do we do this? Why do we cut in the middle here? So that this half goes into the soil, this half is left hanging on the soil, then the half part, you can put water, so that as it's a seedling, it feeds from that water. Okay. So we ensure that it's forever moist and the seedlings, they are sprouting very fast.
With the knowledge of how to set up a bamboo multiplication business, time to solve Sande's problem with erosion. We are back on the farm. When planting bamboo, dig holes 1.5 feet deep and a foot wide. Make the holes 2 meters apart and 3 meters from the stream. Mix topsoil with manure. Fill half the hole. Add water. Wet the bag with the seedling to hold the soil. Peel the bag off and place in the hole. Cover with soil, ensuring the hollow stem is not covered. Water. The water collected in the hollow stem is stored to help the bamboo shoot.
Taking a problem and turning the solution into a business is today's big lesson.
The bamboo trees are planted.
A new arbiter is ready. A real transformation.
Sande is making great steps into being a true business farmer.
First and foremost, I want to thank the Shamba Shape Up. And today I'm very happy if I'm seeing that I'm having a slaughterhouse. So I believe that in terms of hygiene, it's going to be a top notch.
It was amazing, always amazing having this family that works really hard.
I learned a lot of things. I learned about bamboo. I learned about hygiene.
We are really grateful. Thank you for always shaping us.
But for now, we need to leave to go see other farmers. And so we'll see you next time on
Shamba Shape Up!
Big up!